For joining me, guys. I am so glad to be here and give you an update on what's going on with my trip. Let me share with you my coffee and my favorite mug. I've got my James Brown famous mug shot with my ginger tea. I've got my computer here ready to go so we can look at some of these gossip mags to see how J-Lo and Meghan Markle are using People Magazine in style, page 6, to promote their narrative. We're going to get into it right now. So, got to give you some good news here. I've got a stand now. So, I am moving up in the world. So, I don't have to hold the phone like this. So, hey, it's about learning and growing, right? So let's get into it. First of all, I want to give you guys a quick update on what's going on with my trip. There's been a slight delay by a couple of days. I would say about 7 days. But if I'm lucky to get there ahead of time, I will send you guys an alert and I will go live. But what's happening is there is a cash flow issue because I cash flow my trips. I try not to use credit cards anymore because let's just say over the decades, over the years, I had issues with putting everything on my card. So now I am free of credit card debt. So I cash flow these trips. So I do a lot of saving, a lot of budgeting. So just give me a couple of more days and I cannot wait till you guys join me in my new destination for my vacation for the month. Now, if I run out of money before the month, I'll be leaving there. So stay tuned, but I'll post an alert. I will post an alert ahead of time so you'll know. So, oh, this ginger tea is smelling good. Oh, I love the way ginger smells too, right? And this is the season for it. Because they use ginger for pumpkin spice, right? Or I use that pumpkin spice creamer, which is so good in my coffee. But I have to be careful because of the sugar content. So I only use it once a day. So how are you guys? Thanks for joining me though. But we're going to get right into it. Let's get into it, baby. J-Lo and Ben Affleck. J-Lo rage is on display. You can tell because of page 6, People Magazine. All of these celebrity outlets, news outlets, they are really pushing J-Lo as the victim narrative. They really are. Also, Harry and Meghan, I hear that Harry and Meghan, Netflix is not renewing their $100 million contract. So we're going to get into that. And what does that mean as far as the future of Harry and Meghan in this country? I told you guys, I ran the numbers. Listen, I'm an accountant by trade. I run numbers all day. And from the way I see it, Harry and Meghan, they got 5 years, probably 4 more now, because they don't have that $100 million Netflix contract renewing. They lost Spotify. They lost Spotify. What else did they lose? What happened to the Meet Me at the Lake show? What happened to Megan's cooking show? We're going to get into that as well and any other topics that you guys would like to talk about while I'm online. So let's get into J-Lo and her rage, Ben Affleck and his great escape, because I think that man really wanted to get away. So now J-Lo's camp, they are posting all kind of stuff, and let's look at it. Remember I told you guys, thanks to Meghan Markle magazine, remember I told you guys that Meghan Markle has educated us on how these celebrity mags, these celebrity outlets, they are nothing more than a marketing arm for these celebrities. That's really all they are. And People Magazine, actually, celebrities can actually upload their own content to People Magazine. Check it out. I can't think of it's not an app. I can't think of the system they use, but they actually, celebrity can get on People and upload their own story. Basically, their own marketing campaign. They can do it themselves. So, we know we can't really rely on People in style. Page 6 sometimes make me wonder. But let's get into People Magazine and all their articles this week on Ben Affleck and J-Lo. Now, Ben Affleck wanted out. J-Lo got mad. She filed for divorce on her own, and she stated in a divorce decree, the divorce, whatever that filing they call it. She said they were separated April 26th, right? Okay. So we're in what? August 28th. So that's May, June, July, August, 4 months. So I'm confused. What, J-Lo, what were you expecting him to do? What were you expecting Ben Affleck to do? Now these magazines are, these celebrities, they're pushing J-Lo's narrative. Now Ben Affleck is, he's a depressive. He's cruel. He love bombed her. All that stuff could be true, but that does not mean that man is supposed to stay. What? Who made? Where they do that at? Where do they do that? Where if you know the only way you can leave a person is if you're 100% healthy. Relationships are complicated and messy, people. We are all just a work in process. But when you are ready to go and end a relationship, you should have that right to. Now, Ben Affleck needs to think twice. He needs to reflect more, I think, on why he jumped into the relationship. And maybe he was off the wagon, you know, but he's got some reflecting to do too. But obviously he has the right to move on and date whomever he wishes. J-Lo don't control that. And the idea that all of you people out there trashing Ben, if you think that's going to work, Ben Affleck is a white male worth $100 million, and he's good looking, and he's single. And a lot of women don't give a damn. Oh, he's an Oscar winner. Come on now. Nothing you guys can do, J-Lo, in your camp. You're not going to ruin this guy's reputation. We already know that he had histories of gambling. He had histories of drinking. He had histories of womanizing. We all know that. That's not going to destroy that man's reputation. Sorry, it's not going to work. But what it will do, J-Lo, it makes you look more desperate because we know that you are behind this. Here's why I know. If you are not behind it, what you can do, J-Lo, and if someone in your camp was more in a healthier space, what you can do is say, hey, listen, the marriage between Ben and I didn't work. I'd like to keep the rest of until we get the divorce and everything, I'd like to keep everything private. I wish him well, but please leave me and my children and my family alone as we work through this process. Please, no negative. I would love Ben. This is what J-Lo can say. I love him and wish him well. I appreciate the support, but I'd like to kind of handle all this in private. If you can do me a favor, please just, let's close the lid on this. I'd like to just move on. That's the message J-Lo should be giving, but she's not. Reason why she's not is because she's angry. She's lashing out. She's hurt. Come on. If J-Lo was in her early 30s, I would sympathize with her. Not anymore now. J-Lo, you 55 years old. Going around talking about that man and saying that he's cheated and with that girl and you pissed. Come on, when you got with Chris Judd, you were married to Chris Judd. Then you got with Ben Affleck. Weren't you overlapping? Come on now. How about who else? Mark Anthony. Mark Anthony, allegedly, he was married and his wife was pregnant with their baby. And you interloped in that relationship and got with him. Did you care about her, his ex-wife, when you jumped on Mark Anthony? So, J-Lo, come on. You have not been clean in this whole thing either. So your supporters, they can, you can go on and harass people who don't agree with you. You can go on and try to smear Ben with this angry, he abused J-Lo emotionally. None of that will work. None of it. Because Ben Affleck's done nothing wrong. And basically, he's already rooted in that industry. And he's got support. And it's not going to stop them young girls or old women like you, J-Lo. It's not going to stop any of them from rolling up to Ben Affleck and asking him, what you doing? Want to go out sometimes? J-Lo, if you thought that you were the only one and the best looking one and all that crap, think again. That man can have any woman that he wants in that circle. and he just did not want you. So let it go. Don't even play that game. All right, guys, let's look. Let me read the comments. Hello, hello. I want to read your comments now that my hands are free. I love it. Lily says, hi. Hi, Lily. Abu says, finally caught you live. Let me back up and speed to catch up. Hi, Abu. Okay, Maxim, Banana. Okay. Odalise Ruiz. Hello, love you too. Bonnie, right. And Diana Jenny has been down so many blocks. She has. Her people discussing Ben Affleck's, they are going through his, talking about he was drinking and how, I saw one video where they said that Jennifer Garner and J-Lo was protecting Ben from his narc behavior and all that. And it's like, he could be the biggest narc on earth. And you know what? He is a major egomaniac because he's rich and he's famous. But J-Lo seemed to forget she's not grounded in reality. Girl, that man can have anybody that he wants. He can. And you are attractive, but you are not you're not the most attractive thing on the planet anymore. Stop. You're not. You're beautiful, but you're also middle-aged. Stop with that. Play your role in the lane you in. You're no longer 30 years old. Fast forward 25 years later, you are competing with girls, and Ben Affleck's Kit Kennedy is 36 years old. She's 20 years younger than you. So why would you want to call and confront that girl? Why would you want to criticize, or you guys, if Ben want him young, let him have him young. Leave him alone and move on. J-Lo, just move on. Okay. Abu. We simply don't know even 1% of what has gone on between the two. The ugliest part we will never know. True. Radar. Ben has right to leave, but love bombing, promising not to leave, only to drop her so quickly is what's hard to understand. Chicks, shut up, go sleep. Okay. So yeah, he did love bomb her. He did. But something happened along the way. I think along that relationship, something happened to turn him off. Now, the love bombing, I think that Ben Affleck could have been challenged because I think Ben Affleck is J-Lo's kryptonite. I think J-Lo, I don't know why she's putting this man on this pedestal and falling so hard for him, but she didn't even have a prenup. She went on and married that man without a prenup. So what if he did love bomb her? What if he love bombed her and he made her all of these promises? And what if he just decided, oops, along the way in that relationship, he decided this is not what I want? He's got that right, just like any of us do. Just because we are with someone at a point in time in our relationship, and that's something you got to realize. When you're young, you're going to realize this eventually. As you get older, you realize relationships don't always last. And what do you want? Do you want him to stay with her just because at a moment in time he did love her? But whatever happened along the way, and I think it was the Puff Daddy, I think the feds coming knocking on his door, and that's what I believe. I'm suspicious of that. Not to say that it actually happened, I don't know. But I also think that J-Lo, with her daughter being non-binary and J-Lo openly embracing that, I don't think Ben Affleck and Jennifer Garner wanted that for their daughter who's transitioned or trying to transition. I don't think they wanted that. And I think also maybe Ben Affleck realized that, okay, he really doesn't like all the paparazzi stuff. Now, any person has a right to get in and out of a relationship if they want to. It's not a prison sentence. Marriage shouldn't be a prison sentence. So he left. Is she heartbroken? Sure, I'm sure she is. But I think it's her ego that's bruised more than anything. Because J-Lo knew. J-Lo, he dumped her 3 days before the wedding 20 years ago. She knew what she was getting into. She knew all his history when he was with Jennifer Garner. Because remember, according to the documentary, The Love Story That Was Never Told, she let the whole world know that Ben Affleck was writing her love letters while he was still married to Jennifer Garner. Now, how did that make Jennifer Garner feel, J-Lo? That you were messing around with her husband, allegedly, where he was writing letters to you, probably while he was drunk. You know how you drunk down, he get on and he start, he was romanticizing you guys' time together. And then he got with you and he was like, no, I don't want this. And he's got a right to leave. Let's look at the comments. Mr. Herbig, with all of her marriages, she should look in the mirror. I agree. Yeah, look in the mirror. Any relationship, listen, when I divorced, that was very painful because my children's father, we were married many years. We are in a better place now. He's moved on, I've moved on. We co-parent well, our kids are adults. But when you divorce, it takes two people. There are two sides. So I had to look at my side. Do you think it's easy for me to look at the role that I played in the destruction of the marriage? No. But through therapy, and I always, because we have to stay mindful of our behavior and the decisions we make with people. And J-Lo, I think that she lives in a bubble. And I think that she's got, her friends are actually employees. She paid their salary. So they are paid to tell her what she wants to hear. They're not going to tell her no. They will never tell her no. So in her mind, she's like, well, why did Ben, in her mind, I'm J-Lo. I'm the hottest thing in the world. I am, all men want me. All men want me. And I can do whatever I want and I have no accountability. But you're supposed to love me. You're not supposed to call any women. You're supposed to go out on these red carpets. I don't care how unhappy you are. I don't give a damn if you're half drunk or you woke up with a hangover. I don't give a damn that you don't like it. And by the way, I'm going to make this documentary and I'm going to share the world. Even if it hurts your ex-wife's feelings, even if it hurts your children's feelings, I'm going to let the whole world know that you were writing me. Girl, he was writing you when he was drunk. That was during his drinking days. And by the way, he was a whole married man. He didn't marry you. He married Jennifer Garner. Wake up. So she's not seeing none of this because she's in a fantasy world and no one's keeping her grounded. So, but now, I think now, because look how she refused to accept reality. Ben Affleck refused to hang with her. You notice he was not photographed with her for months. She was photographing them phony sundresses in the Hamptons. All of a sudden, she's a conservatively dressed suburbanite. And she was grabbed the poor man's kids. She was photographed with his older daughter. And then the young son, she went and took a picture taking the boys shopping. And then 2 weeks later, she divorces them. She submits her papers for divorce. They were not her kids. That was out of line and there was manipulation. All right, let's see the comments. Yes, Ben does have a right to leave. Radar. Ben has a right to leave, but love bombing, promising that, yeah, oh, I read that. Sorry, guys. Let me go down here. Abu says, just look what we found out about Amber Heard. Yeah. Oh, that was awful. Johnny Depp has gone through hell. Yes, he did. It's probably J-Lo who is still in hell. Oh, yeah. You know what I realized, too? Men got to be really careful about the woman that they marry. Because if she is a dark spirit, and that's Meghan Markle with Prince Harry, that was Johnny Depp with Amber Heard, and that was Ben Affleck with J-Lo. Now, J-Lo is not really, I don't think J-Lo is at her heart dark, but I think J-Lo is a love addict, and she has the inability to self-reflect and adjust her behavior. So I think she's responding out of rage and anger. But I do sense that J-Lo, once she finds another source to feed her, another man that she can attach herself to, I think she's going to feel better. But when he dump her, because remember, J-Lo, you're aging, 55, 56, 60. You're going to have that problem. If you are not with someone who really loves you and in a healthy space, you got problems on your hands. Because all you trying to do is pick a body just so he can stand there next to you and he's a celebrity. I mean, that's crazy. But Johnny Depp, I'm so glad that he's out of that mess. Because Amber Heard, she gives me the creeps. She is really dark. And you know, Meghan Markle's the same way. Meghan Markle is a sociopath and a malignant narcissist. So we'll get into that later on in this video. Raider, I think ultimately his mental health was at stake, so he had to dip. Yeah. Listen, if he's in recovery, and when you get serious about recovery, you have to cut out those people in your life, even if it's family, even if it's your spouse. If they are actually bringing drama to your life, you got to let them go, because he could drink himself to death. My father was an alcoholic. He drank himself to death, guys. It's no secret. I love my father. I remember a time when I was in kindergarten. My father took me to kindergarten. He was not drinking at the time. He was working. He was a truck driver. He took me to kindergarten. He had promised me, okay, I was so scared. And he said, I promise you, I'll be right back. I'll be right here when you get out. And kindergarten was a half a day, and I was so scared. When I got out that class, he was standing there. And I still think of this, fast forward 50 years later. I still think of that. And I had to bury my father. But I come to terms with the drinking. I did a lot of therapy with my father, because he was really, and my mother died young when I was 11. So it was 5 of us. So we had some trauma. We did. Being raised by, he turned into an enraged alcoholic. He had lost his wife to cancer. His drinking got out of control. So my point is, if Ben Affleck is not careful, he can drink himself to death. That's true. If you don't go in recovery, you're going to end up in jail or in a hospital or dead. So he's choosing recovery. And J-Lo, if you love that man, if you love a person, you got to let them go. You do. That you don't own them. They are not your possession. All right. Yep. Radar. She's deadly and insensitive, and he's unstable. Yeah, that's true. Abu. I've read up on Affleck's mood swings. It can be very hard to live with a mentally unstable person. Hot, cold, back to hot. I'm tending to think he is the problem. He could be. It could have been that he was just not happy where he was. Maybe he was just not happy. Now, that's why I said early on in the video here, I said that Ben Affleck will need to reflect and find out why he was so impulsive. Why did he jump back and marry her? Was he, who knows? But he was not, I don't think he was happy. So he got, and maybe those are signs. Because if you're irritable, restless, and discontent, if you find yourself that way and you're in recovery, you got to find out why. Because if you're hungry, angry, lonely, tired, you're irritable, restless, and discontent, it will lead you to drink. So listen, I know all about this whole children of alcoholics and all that. I know how it goes. And he had to find his serenity again. And if it meant J-Lo had to go, she had to go. And if she's truly concerned about him and love him as a friend, she can just say, hey, this hurt me. I don't think he handled it that well. I'm sure he didn't do it on purpose. I don't think he did it on purpose. He just decided he don't want it. And we have a right to do that. Yeah, Ben was done. What about Jennifer cheating on her first husband? Yep, Ohani with Diddy. Yep. I watched this on the show, The Men of Jen Part 1. They told each other that they would stay together forever. Oh, no. Did they? Oh, you don't hear much about the first husband. Yeah, J-Lo double books. If you notice J-Lo, she double books. I think she triple books, if you know what I mean. I think she always, and she keeps them. So I think that Ohani guy, and then like you said, she got with Diddy. So she may have been messing around with Diddy while she was still married to Ohani. Then the whole Diddy thing happened. And she allegedly, with that gun mule, I believe the feds knocked on their door. And I think Ben Affleck, that turned him off too, in my opinion. Because let me tell you, can you imagine the feds knocking on your door or ringing your bell and it's the feds? I would piss my pants, let me tell you. I'd be like, what the hell are you doing here? Because I am scared shitless. So imagine Ben Affleck and his brand and J-Lo. I wonder if now they say this little John, whatever, not little John, little, what's the guy that got the lawsuit against P. Diddy? He said that he alleges that J-Lo was the gun mule that brought that gun into that club. Now, and J-Lo was with Puff Daddy a couple of years. So J-Lo knows a lot. And the feds want to know what J-Lo knows. Wouldn't you, if you're an investigator? And I think that with that daughter, with her, the whole transitioning or whatever they call it, I think that and I think the feds knocking on that door. I think it was just too much for him. And imagine once this Puff Daddy thing sorts itself out, what role will J-Lo play in all this? And I wouldn't be surprised if Ben Affleck hired his own investigator and had people look into the background on his own. He is worth $100 million. And he's got a reputation and a brand to protect too. So, yeah. So she went from Diddy, when they broke up, then she went to, was it Chris Judd? Was it Chris Judd? Am I missing someone? She got with her backup dancer because she can't be alone. Then when she hooked up with Ben Affleck, when he wrote her that letter, now he wrote her a public letter because it was on Oprah. And Oprah, she talked about it. Now, she's a whole married woman. And Ben Affleck came on to her. And she was messing around with Ben Affleck, allegedly, while she was married to Chris Judd. So she double books. And behind the scenes, she's triple booking. So who else is she messing around with while she's with all these other guys? And then Ben Affleck dumps her 3 days before the wedding because for whatever his reason, he did not want to be married. So she hooked up with Mark Anthony, knowing that Mark Anthony was already married to his, I can't think of her name. Forgive me. But I know she was pregnant. Now, J-Lo, you got with Mark Anthony. No, and then Mark Anthony, they were together for many years, had the 2 kids. And then that relationship ended. Why? We don't know. But I'm thinking that probably because Mark Anthony was cheating too. And she wanted her children. She had her children by her husband. Good. And then she went to, what's the backup dancer, the other one. She got with him and he was there until she was able to hook up with A-Rod. Then A-Rod cheated on her and then she hooked up with Ben Affleck. Because because she had to save face. So now who's next? And they say that Vegas got bets on it too. This is going to be interesting to see. Okay. Yeah. Sheba says Meghan isn't dark. Explain how Markle is anything like Amber Heard. Was Princess Diana dark also? Well, Sheba, it looks like you're a Meghan Markle fan. You on the wrong channel, girlfriend, because Meghan Markle is very much a dark spirit. Meghan Markle's own father in his mid-80s and had strokes. And what does she do? She cut him off because she's afraid that he's blue collar and he would embarrass her. He has begged to see his grandchildren, and she will not let that man see his own grandchildren. When Meghan Markle's mom disappeared for 10 years during her formative years, the father is who took care of Meghan Markle, Sheba, not Meghan Markle's mom. She was away for whatever reason, allegedly. But the father took care of her for all in her teen years in her college. So she did that to her own father, the man that gave her life, because she was embarrassed that he had a blue collar look to him and not realizing that Meghan Markle is a royal hillbilly. Meghan, you're not classy. So also Meghan Markle encouraged Prince Harry to slam his own brother and pull him away from his own family and all that he knows. She is highly manipulative. I believe she has nothing behind the eyes. Look at her eyes. She's a sociopath. And I think she's a malignant narcissist. So yes, she's very dark. And no, Princess Diana was not a dark spirit. Odell says, amen, amen. Yep, amen, amen. Abu. Affleck just gives me wrong vibes. I've learned they had way that I should trust my vibes. Yeah, Affleck, Ben Affleck to me is, you got to be careful with a guy like him. I used to like Wendy Williams when she would say, don't look him in the eyes, don't look him in the eyes. He's one of those. Because he did not treat Jennifer Garner that well. He was cheating with their babysitter, allegedly. So we're not saying that Ben Affleck is innocent or he's just a good standing person. I think he's an egomaniac too. The only issue I have in this case with him and J-Lo is I do not like J-Lo pushing the narrative that he's this mean person while she's the one that's an innocent victim. Like she's surprised when she done been through this, her fourth marriage, and she all them bodies on her in Hollywood, and she was jumping and double booking from each one and triple booking. So all these bodies on her, and we supposed to believe this is her first rodeo. No, this is not your first rodeo. Stop the bullshit. I do not like how the media tries to spin it. No, I'm not falling for it. Not me. So yeah, Ben Affleck got issues. Oh yeah, he does. We know that he said he was he's an alcoholic and he's got gambling issues. So when you are in your addiction, you're not going to behave like Mother Teresa. I mean, you're going to have some issues. Have you met a drunk or a drug addict? They are not the same person. My father was a beautiful, kind spirit when he was sober. When he drank, he was a madman. Let's just say that. He was a horrible person. Just very mean when he drank. They are not the same person. So Ben Affleck, if he's in his addiction, he's going to be, and here's another thing too. He's a man, so men brains are different. Like he told J-Lo, he explained to J-Lo, oops, I made a mistake. I don't want this. He may have told her along the lines, I don't really like going out in public. I don't want to deal with the paparazzi. She ignores it. He could have said, okay, eventually he was like, when the feds knock on the door, he was like, I just don't like this. She ignores it. And then when he say, I think we need some space. I think I made a mistake. She ignores it. So what does he do? I grew up with men all in my family. They're not going to tell you over and over again. He cut it. He don't care if her feelings hurt, nothing. He just cut it. He stopped appearing with her. He stopped answering to her. He stopped talking to her. So what she did is she probably went to Jennifer Garner, worked the female vibe because we sweet and pink inside. I love it, kids. Can I please, Violet and I go out to lunch? And then J-Lo calls the paparazzi to snap a picture of her hugging Violet in the Hamptons. Then she go to Jennifer Garner and say, oh, can I please take your son shopping? I'm the stepmother. Can we take pictures? So she called the paparazzi and have them snap a picture with her and Jennifer Garner and Ben Affleck's son. Manipulative all the way around, J-Lo. You should not be taking pictures with these men. And when they went to Japan without you, obviously you are thinking more that you're more part of that family than you are. You're going to be the ex-wife. Play your part and leave them kids out of it. Leave them out of it. Okay. Cheryl C says, I found out Mark Anthony used to use his motorcycle as a refuge. Yep. So I bet when they were fighting, he split on the motorcycle. So J-Lo said all Ben's bike, so he couldn't do that. Like she is controlling. Like, who do you think you are? Ben Affleck is a damn 50-year-old man. He's 52. Who do you think you are taking away what he loves? His bike collection. It's that control thing. And J-Lo, until she roots herself in reality and start getting help on that love addiction, because I do believe she's a love addiction. She's a love addict. And then that director that was on the TMZ documentaries, his John Peters, I think he was married to Barbara Streisand in the 70s. He says he thinks J-Lo is a sex addict and a love addict. Watch the TMZ documentary. Yes, he did. And I think he might be on the money with that sex. I don't think she can be alone. And for her to control Ben, you running him away. That's a whole 50-year-old man. I think he just said this shit. Let me tell you, you get in middle age, and like I told you guys who watched my video, there would be no way in hell that I would spend 5 seconds worrying about a man. Not doing it. Not doing it. If it's not going to work out, if I get my feelings hurt, fine. I keep it moving. You know why? because I am in my 50s. I got more years behind me than in front of me. I ain't got no time to waste worrying about a man. I'm sure Ben Affleck is in the same age group as I am. J-Lo need to be waking up, but she's still in this fantasy world until that bubble bursts, until, nothing we can do. But Ben Affleck, his life is on the line with this addiction, is drinking. He can drink himself to death. It's not funny. So he's getting a reality check. And I think he ran them numbers and said, I'm sick of the controlling. I'm sick of the feds knocking on my door. I'm sick of all this transition shit. These kids are not even 18 trying to transition. No, he's sick of all of it. The paparazzi, he cut it. I don't blame him. So now he can work on his sobriety. Affleck got with my mom after he filmed Geely with J-Lo. Dad was furious. The golden goalie. What? Sheba, army brat. Hold on, guys. I have to look like this because I have the bifocals where the reading, so I have to go like this. Okay, Sheba, we too far on folks' business. Imagine the world talking about your sex life like this. Hey, you know what? I'm not out there trying to chase paparazzi. J-Lo's the one that chased paparazzi. And listen, I can comment on it. If you're going to live out you're going to put your business out here and you go around grinning with the paparazzi and all that, and we have to see your face, and kids read this shit, all of this, we get to comment on it. If you don't want to be commented on, don't put your business in the street. What do you think Ben Affleck is upset about? He's tired of seeing his name in the papers. If J-Lo is tired of people talking about her, go away. Like I said, my YouTube channel is called Rhonda Loves Life. And it's because I'm at a place where I do love life. And it's my goal. I believe, and I strongly say this, these celebrities get paid tens, if not hundreds of millions of dollars. Okay? And they live their life selling themselves as a product, as a brand. And they encourage our children by what they're selling. And if they're going to do that, and they're going to be train wrecks out there in the media for the world to see, we get to learn from it. We get to comment on it, and we get to learn from it. That's why I love this channel. Because J-Lo trying to convince my kids, if they were under 18, that you can go ahead and transition. No, not in my house, not until you're 18, although my kids are grown. If you're going to tell me that going on your fourth marriage, and I embrace marriage means something. Divorce is hard, but not to them Hollyweird people. So J-Lo with her fourth marriage, we supposed to put her on a pedestal? No, hell no. We're gonna talk about it. Being married 4 times and jumping in and out of relationships and double and triple booking with these men and all these bodies on you, that is not a lifestyle that I want my daughter to lead. I can tell you that much. So yeah, as long as she's out there, or any of these celebrities out here in the media, being just nothing but irritants to society, I'm sorry, I'm going to comment on it, and we can learn from it. So J-Lo and the love addiction and sex addiction, ladies, you can learn from that. Ben Affleck is teaching you, ladies, if a man is not interested in you, no matter what along those relationships, and he ended, let it go. Well, let it go, because you can't force him. J-Lo thought she could screw Ben Affleck to death. Also, it don't matter. He'll take the sex and he's going to still dump you. All righty. Let's get some more comments. Darinara. Dallas says, Darinara was Mark's wife. She was sad for a long time. Oh, no. Yeah, because she was pregnant. She was pregnant. J-Lo, there were bodies left behind. Relationships that you helped destroy. And then now you expect your crew and you expect us to care about your feelings when you gave a shit about the women that were sitting there. His wife was pregnant. That I heard. That I know. And you gonna go and interlope on that. Jennifer Garner was helping Ben go to rehab. She was driving this man to rehab. That's a ride or die kind of chick. She was trying to keep her family together. She got 3 kids with him. And you sitting up here emailing that married man. And I'm supposed to put you on a pedestal, girl? Bye. Girl, bye. All right. Meghan was a yacht girl. There is actual footage of her, Ari. That's what I hear. I hear she's a yacht girl, and you know Meghan Markle. We're going to talk about Meghan Markle. Let's switch up in just a second. Meghan Markle, she practiced her yacht girl ways in Colombia. Did you see how she was hugged up and rubbed on that man? The president of Colombia's domestic partner. I guess they're not married, but that's her boyfriend. Meghan Markle rolled up on him and she hugged him and she was rubbing his back. And the vice president of Colombia, I have posted a video, so check out in my content the video that I posted on that. The vice president of Colombia, she pushed herself in between them. Meghan Markle, I got a theory, guys. She's back to her yacht days because she know that Prince Harry, while Prince Harry was there in Colombia, he was all up on the real pretty Colombia lady who owned the art gallery, who they were performing at. So he was like, while Meghan was sitting there. So Meghan knows her days are numbered with Prince Harry. So she's got to practice her yacht girl skills. And remember, she went to Nigeria half naked. And the president of Nigeria, his wife, had come out and said that you're coming here dressed like that. Meghan Markle is trying to nab a rich African billionaire. She's trying to nab the Colombia. Anyway, she's trying to get lovers so she can get that money. That's my opinion. My opinion. All right. Okay, Sheba. All righty. Abu, hold on. Let's see. Abu, uh-oh. Okay, let me try to move this up. Abu says, love you could dispassionate reasoning, the only way to get to the truth. Yeah, I thought he was sober. Nourished by Valerie. Yeah, I hope Ben Affleck is. You know what? When you deal, I don't know if you have not dealt with someone who has an addiction, you don't realize how serious it is. And if he had struggled, because you know what gets, you know what'll get you to drinking or using, they say finances and they say relationships. So Ben Affleck, when he and Jennifer Garner got divorced, she took him to rehab. I don't think he was sober long enough, and he got with that Booker from Saturday Night Live. And then he left her, and then he got with some Playboy, some Instagram model or something. It was short-lived. And then he got with Ana de Armas. I hope I'm pronouncing her name. The Cuban actress. She's really pretty. And she did Marilyn Monroe. I mean, on Netflix, check that out. It was so sad, but she did a great job. Well, she and Ben Affleck had. So I don't think Ben Affleck really gave himself enough time to be single and work on his sobriety. And then he got with J-Lo. So I think maybe Ben Affleck is struggling, and he, it's serious. To drink is to die, and if he knows it, because he's really bad. When you go to recovery over and over again, and he's gone, this is a struggle for him. So I sympathize with him because I know how serious it is. Because I lost my father, and he could never break the addiction, just couldn't. Okay, Ari, I truly don't believe she's, Ari says, I truly don't believe she's a love addict. Love is pure, and J-Lo moves from man to man. How is that love? Everything she does is calculated and intended to elevate her career. Yeah, it's she thinks it's love, but it's a form of addiction. That's all, and they call it love addiction, but it's not true love because, like you said, I think you're right, Ari. True love don't look like that. Okay, Odalys, love your videos. You call it as it is. Thank you, Odalys. Just Dill. That's right, Mama. Okay, let's go. We got to move on. Okay, Cheryl C. Tisa Tail just did another Ben Blush bashing video. Yeah, she tends to, she is, I watch Tisa Tail's videos. I like her. But she tends to bash Ben. And I think Ben and J-Lo, they're in my age group. And I got history of addiction in my family, you know, my father. So when I look at Ben and J-Lo and this whole interaction, Ben Affleck is not required to be perfect. You're not, you know, relationships are complex and there is no perfect person. There's no such thing as a perfect person. And he's also a known alcoholic addict who's in recovery. So J-Lo, and he dumped her 22 years ago, 3 days before the wedding. She had all the signs there because she's got her own addiction. She's got her own situation she's got to sort through. She can't blame him. You can't bash Ben. Even if you bash him, it won't make a difference. It's not going to affect his career. He's still going to make money. And J-Lo can still make money. She's beautiful. She knows how to market herself. It's just that now she's got to pivot because she's aging. And this love, you can't keep, but she may not. She may keep adding men and as she age and people look and be like, oh my God, you see J-Lo, she's with this one. She on her 5th, 6th, 7th divorce. That may be where she's headed. We don't know. I would hope not. I would hope that J-Lo will get mindful and say, okay, wait a minute. This shit's not working. Stop marrying these guys. Just date them and focus on her children and herself. If she does that and keep marketing herself and sell what she wants, obviously she's marketable. She's a fit middle-aged woman. Market that. Maria, hi, Maria Freeman. How you doing? Thanks for joining us. Jonathan, can't you sing happy birthday for me? Jordana? Sure. Jordana. Let's all wish Jordana happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Jordana. Happy birthday to you. Much love. And James Brown says happy birthday. All right. All right. Yeah, Trump. You know what? I would love to do a Trump video. I may after the election, but right now it's just so divided. It's like I'm a lover, not a hater, but it's just like, but I cannot wait. I will do that, but maybe after the election. Right now, people are too sensitive now. They'll turn my channel into a political, and I don't want to go down that road. Ari, she kissed Mark Anthony on the lips on stage when he was married. Can't remember the woman's name, but she filed for divorce the next day. Jennifer has no conscience. That's terrible. That is terrible. That is terrible. I didn't hear that. I didn't hear about that one. That's awful. Instaham X says recovering alcoholics need a very supportive partner. It's no joke. So sorry for the loss of your father. Thanks a lot, Instaham X. Yes, it is no joke. It is serious. Lola Bella 59. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, Maria Freeman. They're betting Eminem is next girlfriend. Girl, Eminem ain't gonna put up with J-Lo shit. Eminem. I love Eminem too as a rapper. I don't see him. I don't think his temperament he won't be controlled. J-Lo, I think what he will do, he may sleep with her, but I don't see that. I don't see it. I think Ben Affleck was easier to control because he's been there before. He was, what do you call it? I think he cares about J-Lo a lot. I think that he enjoys spending time with her, if you know what I mean. But I think that all the extra stuff that come with it, he didn't want it. So, but Eminem, I don't see Eminem letting J-Lo telling him what to wear, what to do. And she's certainly not going to be throwing out any of his collections, whether it's guns or whether it's motorcycles or whatever. I don't know. I don't see that. I think she may go back to A-Rod and just put up with his cheating. She might do that and just ignore it. She may recycle something like Drake. But the thing is, Drake is in his 30s. But she may pretend like that's a love story again and that she's the older woman, not realizing that Drake is just going to use her. Because, Drake brand is, Kendrick Lamar went in on him. And I see that Kanye West has just done that. So we shall see. Okay, let me see. She didn't think about being while selling liquor. Oh, that's right. Another thing to sell and make more money. Yeah, she actually has an alcohol brand out, like wine spritzers or something. She is worth $300 million. 300 million. And she turned around, and the man that you love, that you marry, he is an alcoholic. Do you know how serious that is? You think she gave a damn? Mm-mm. She didn't give a damn. That's why she don't love him. She just liked being with him. She needs to be attached to someone because there's nothing here. There's nothing in there. Okay, your personal secretary here. We've got to move on to Harry and Meghan and your trip. Thank you, Abu. That's right. Thank you. That's right. Let's move on to Harry and Meghan. Okay. Oh, Lord, our royal hillbillies. Well, Meghan is the royal hillbilly. Harry is a true royal. All right. So did you hear that Netflix, they are not renewing their $100 million contract? They're not renewing it. Netflix. So what Harry and Meghan gonna do? Do you know that they went through that 100 million? You know Harry and Meghan spent that money. So I did a video a couple of months ago where I ran the numbers, and I took the money that they made from Netflix, from Spotify, from that 4-book deal. What am I missing? What else? Shit. Well, basically the security in their mega mansion in Montecito, they're going to run out of that money in 5 years. That's the way I calculate it. Now, Harry just got $7 million, I believe, from his grandma when he turned 40. Meghan's running through that money. Harry's not adding up that money. He's a prince. He grew up in the castle. Meghan now is resorting to yacht days because she's not getting any opportunities in Hollywood. Hollyweird. Because she's not part of Hollywood, guys. Remember, Hollywood that's for people who have real talent, those in Hollywood. People who go and, like Angela Bassett went to Yale a drama school or something. Robert De Niro, he was working. I mean, these are people who let's look at more actors that are our age, that are not my age, but younger too, that are coming up. What's the young guy that was dating Kylie Jenner? He was in a chocolate factory. He's an excellent actor. You got him. You've got these are actors who are not trying to run up and they're not in these gossip mags all the time. They're not trying to be photographed. They're not calling paparazzi every time you turn around. Let me think of that guy's name because he's an incredible actor. And what about the young lady that was in, let me see, Cillian Murphy. He's Irish, but he's a great actor. Willy Wonka Chocolate Factory. What is his name? Willy Wonka 23. I'm going to give you his name right quick, and you'll be like, oh, I got to get his name because he's such an incredible actor to me. He's very talented, very talented. What is his name? And I'm trying to get his name. Why when I'm trying to look for it, I can't find it? Oh, Timothy Chalamet. Timothy, excellent actor. Excellent actor. Young guy actor. These are actors, people, you think of them, they do these incredible roles like Cillian Murphy in Peaky Blinders. I love it on Netflix. Fantastic. They don't have to call People Magazine or call Backrid to arrange a pap shot. They don't have to do that. Even look at Ben Affleck and Jennifer Garner. They don't really have to do that. I mean, these are people from Hollywood. Hollyweird, which is Meghan Markle, she tried to break into Hollywood and couldn't make it. They won't have none of Gwyneth Paltrow, Reese Witherspoon. She was in the Hamptons. They wanted nothing to do with her. Nothing. That's because they know she has no talent, and she knows that. So she can't break through Hollywood. She's trying to become part of Hollyweird, but who's going to hire her? So now she's got to resort to her yacht girl days. So she's doing these trips, and Harry is the dimwit. They go on these so-called royal visits. So they were in Jamaica for the Bob Marley thing, and she was in this overdressed dress. She was overdressed for the occasion. It was a small theater. But when she got to Nigeria, girlfriend was showing arm, back, legs, her skinny ass legs. She was showing all her wares. And it shocked the president of Nigeria's wife, the first lady, that she came out and spoke about it. Meghan Markle even bent down and sat on the floor with her legs open. She had to dress up inappropriate in a conservative children's school. And I thought, I'm like, she knows better. You know what it was? She was showing the men, the billionaire Nigerians, what she working with. The little she got, she like, you want some? Back to her yacht days, in my opinion. Then she goes over to Colombia. She's in Colombia, and did you see the picture of the vice president of Colombia when she looked at Meghan's leg? Because when Meghan crossed her leg, she had her whole skinny ass leg showing. And then she went up and she was hugging up on the vice president of Colombia's domestic partner. Hugging up and hugging on him. And I was reading some of the comments, and those who are Latino, they said in Latin America, when a woman comes up and hug you longer than she should, they consider that to be a come on. I'm like, anybody could. I wouldn't go and hug up on nobody. This idea, so she's using her yacht skills because she needs money. She needs money. And she's trying to build relationships. And remember, I had posted a picture in one of my videos of Meghan Markle and Harry's best friend, Nacho. They were hugged up behind some equipment or something right behind the stage. She's all hugged up on him. I said, oh yeah, because Meghan, she's trying to build relationships, because that's what you do, so she can have a Rolodex of clients that she can reach out to when she has to. So now what are they going to do for money? What are they going to do for money? That's what I want to know. What is Harry and Meghan? I think I told you guys in 5 years they're going to go back. I think it's less than that. Money is running out. Meghan, they said Meghan's outfit was worth $70,000 in Colombia, a country that poor. And she had the nerves. But you know what? She's using these royal visits so that she can advertise herself and build relationships with these men. And women probably too. You never know. Meghan Markle is part of that world. So she's gonna go where the money's going. She's gonna do whatever it takes. That's what she's gonna do. She does not care. So let me see some of the comments. Yeah, she was on Suits, but she was what, 7 on the call sheet or something? She wasn't a major player in Suits. Yep. She wants to be Hollywood. Yeah, she does. That's right. That's right. Yeah, Meghan, she couldn't break in. Her plan almost worked. But I told you guys she's a petty thief, and her mask fell. She got between the castle walls. Now, I'm going to keep talking about this because I think that we need to remind ourselves how this dark spirit moves and how she herself blew up the bag. And I think it was because her mom was not there in her fundamental years to teach her the importance of being feminine and how to move as a woman in this world. You need your mama to teach you that, in my opinion. Meghan got behind the castle walls, okay? She would not have had to work another day in her life. She had access. She was married to the prince. He had access, indirectly, she had access to more power beyond our comprehension. Definitely more money. What did she do? Because she's a petty thief and her mother basically taught her how to get the money and run. We went over this. She saw Kate because she was sizing it up. She spent time. She saw Kate and realized that system was a hierarchy system. And Meghan and Kate was up here. Meghan was down here. There was Meghan. They're not impressed with you. You have to play your spot. If it, like I always say, if it was my daughter, she would have been mute, because I would, I've educated my daughter, and I would have been there to make sure You shut up. You got the prince to love you. That's all you guys love each other. Go with that and build your family. Stop trying to fight a system that's over 2,000 years old. It's going to blow up in your face. And also, don't be greedy. Stay humble. She couldn't do that. She saw that she could not move up in that system. She said, okay. And you know what she did? It was her plan. First, she cultivated that all the negativity with Harry. Then she helped broker that deal with Oprah. I think it was her, that tell-all. Once they got that tell-all deal with Oprah worked out, they then went for this Spotify deal. They signed the papers on this Netflix $100 million deal. Then they got that 4-book deal with Random House. Then they pulled the trigger and left. Meghan took the money and ran. She was like, okay, I booked all this. Now let me take the prince, the title. Like I said, her and her mama went through those castles and any sort of valuables they can fit in a suitcase. They went and took that and grabbed the prince and went to America. And guess what happened in America? We got a chance. That mask fell and we saw a creature, baby. We saw the creature behind the mask. And we can't unsee that. And everything started to fall out. Everything started, that Netflix deal, that documentary, that they call the documentary. I call it a reality show. Where she did that thing like this, where she bowed to the prince. She made a joke and she was that ugly face, that mask fell, and we saw that creature, and she blew it. Netflix. What happened to the what's that book that's supposed to be the Meet Me at the Lake? Where is that at? What's going on with Netflix and the cooking show? Harry's game, his Invictus thing. None of that went well. Let me tell you guys, because the universe says no, and it gives you back what you put into it. So these are felons. Spotify dumped her because they were lazy. And what did the head of content or whatever from Spotify call them? Fucking grifters. Yes, he did. He did that because he's telling the truth. So Ari Emanuel is doing all he can behind the scenes to keep pushing these two. They were giving Meghan Markle phony awards too. She had Gloria Steinem. They were pulling out all the red carpet for her. And the American people said no. You know why we said no? We saw the creature behind the mask. But before that, though, we already saw Meghan in suits and all that. They could not market her. America already said no. Meghan, no. How are you going to market her? And she has no talent. So we're going to market you as. Well, that's not how it works. And she has zero talent. And she's not a raving beauty. She's not ugly, but you don't look and say, oh my God. Like, there are some like Nia Long beautiful to me. Like Blake Lively is very beautiful to me. I mean, and these people are talented too. So Salma Hayek, beautiful. But she's a good actress. She's a decent actress. How are they going to market her? So Meghan Markle, no. None of it is working. So she did not. She thought this was Big O. She thought Big O was she was going to launch into the stratosphere in Hollywood. And nope, they said no. Let's see the comments right quick, guys. Oh my God, let's see the comments. She was the star's girlfriend and wife. She had a lot of character and development on Suits. Okay. Okay. Let me see some other comments. They wanted money, Dana Aya. Yeah, of course they wanted money. Meghan is a monster. She is evil. That's right, Adriana. Yep, she is. Come on, you can tell her spirit. You look at her, and I'm telling you guys, look in her eyes. Have you noticed when she interviews, she's got weird reactions? That's because she's faking it. Look at her CBS interview. She's faking it. When she was on Oprah and she was telling the story about what happened to her, she was speaking in her eyes. She was angry because she felt like when the British press identified her as biracial, it pissed Meghan off. You know why? Because Meghan is a racist. Meghan never identified as black. She didn't even identify as biracial. She identified as white. And she was offended when the British press said that she's got, she's biracial. So Meghan Markle, she was speaking out of anger there. And did you see her on the CBS special when she said that she just scratched the surface? So now she's threatening the world family. Now she said, because she's telling the world, I got a book coming out and I'm going to tell it all. Not realizing, Meghan, ain't nobody going to buy your book, girl. Don't nobody give a shit about what's happening to you, girl. Your mask has fallen. The only thing you should do is just go away. You and J-Lo should take the same advice and just go away for a while. Because don't nobody really want to hear all that. Don't nobody care. Don't nobody give a shit about Meghan Markle, the book she write. All you going to do is publish this book, and the Ari Emanuel's going to have all of his people, his connections. They're going to publish her book, and then they're going to buy the 3,000 copies, because in New York Times, if you sell 3,000 copies or something, then you get on the bestsellers list. That's what, side note, that's what Will Smith did with Jada Pinkett. Yep. Okay. All right, Sheba. Nobody's agreeing with you on here. Nobody's agreeing. Abu, Sheba, she blocked you, just like I will now. Yeah. Good deal. How is the truth hate art? Okay. So, yeah, Meghan Markle, she didn't want none of that. So now she's got to regroup, and she's going to go with what she knows how to do. I told you guys, she going to dance for her money. And that's the reason why you see her always showing skin. Because she's trying to let the world know when she go to these countries, she's trying to build a Rolodex of friends. And, and she's going to, use them for resources because she's going to need it. Because Harry, did you see, before I go, Dana, yeah, she's definitely ashamed of being biracial. Oh, yeah. Now she want to claim that she's a woman of color. She's 43% Nigerian. Really? Oh, now you care? Meghan Markle, come on. Look at your history. Show me a black friend from high school or college. Show me one. Yes, Diana, absolutely. All right, Sheba. All right, Sheba, you're going to be blocked. Okay. Yeah, so Meghan Markle is a hot mess, but I'm here for it. Now, before I go, did I give you guys an update on my trip too? Okay, before I go though, I want to mention Harry. Did you see Harry, how he behaved with the director of that art gallery they were at? His arm around her, he's hugging up on her and everything. Harry did not give a damn. I think Harry is ready to bolt. I really do. Thank you, Smarty. Thank you. Yeah, I think Harry's ready to bolt, and I think Meghan knows that. So that's why she's trying to build all kind of, Abu, okay. Right quick, guys, let me give you my trip update. Okay, several things. My trip is delayed by a couple of days, and I think I explained it in the beginning. So I will post a video as soon as I get there because I told you guys I cash flow my trip. I try not to put nothing on the credit card because I got in trouble with credit card debt before, and I just don't want to deal with it anymore. So I'm cash flowing it. So I got a couple of days delay, but when I do land in my destination, it will be a surprise, and I will give you guys an alert. I'll post an alert, and I'll go live. Okay, Sheba, okay, no, Ari, HG Tutor on YouTube talks about Meghan and Harry Narcissism so well. Ari, I agree. I watch HG Tutor too. I love him. He cracks me up because he's an expert on narcissism. And I mean, he breaks it down. And we know that Meghan Markle is a malignant narcissist, and she's a sociopath. Like I said, look behind her eyes. Look at her eyes when she interviewed, and like when she take pictures, she's awkward because she's trying to emote something that for most of us will come natural, but to her, she don't have them feelings. So it doesn't come natural. All right. So, okay, guys, listen, this was fun. I want to thank you for joining me. Continue to like and subscribe to my channel if you have not already. I am getting close to 6,000 subscribers. I'm trying to reach 10,000 now. So spread the word. This was fun. I will be plugging back in live when I reach my destination. If I don't, you're going to hear it. I'm going to let you know ahead of time before I post another live video. So I cannot wait. I am actually getting ready for my new destination. And when I post, we're gonna have a conversation, and let's hope that Harry and Meghan give us more content. Because what are they gonna do about Netflix? Let's hope that J-Lo lets go. Just let go, but we shall see. All right, guys, much love to you. Thanks for watching, and I will chat with you soon. Ciao. Mwah.